fellow traders. Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, April the 28th, the year's 2026. Let's talk trading, emotional damage recovery, part 2 with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. As always, have your risk management in place to minimize your emotional damage and to make sure you don't lose more than you're willing to lose while trading. And along those lines, just remember one thing, that the emotional damage really doesn't come from the market. It's coming from your reaction to the market. So, Walmal, we had a lot to say about emotional damage. Um, I don't quite
Yeah,
remember exactly where we left off, but what did you want to add in?
I don't recall, but the thing is, we can certainly talk about it still anyway, because there's just so many parts to it, in terms of what causes it, and what are we susceptible to. And here's the one caveat I'm going to throw in all this, and that is that what causes emotional damage for me isn't necessarily what causes emotional damage for another trader. And you're going to say, whoa, emotional damage. It obviously comes from, you went into a trade and you took a loss, or you went into a trade and you took multiple losses, or, hey, I went into a trade and I could have gotten 3 pips. I got 3 pips. I could have had 15. All those different things are all different parts of what can cause emotional damage, and what can go and cause that emotional damage is going to be different from trader to trader. And and that's just the reality. For me, for example, the biggest thing that causes emotional damage for me, almost to the point of PTSD, which is, I don't want to go and belittle those who actually suffer with that, but the reality is, for me, the biggest thing that really causes the most emotional damage for me is how much time I spend in a trade. For whatever reason, if I'm in a trade, I'm a short term guy. Okay, I want to go in, I want to make my pips, and I want to get out, or I want to go in and take my loss and get out. But if I get stuck in a trade because it moved quickly against me and I didn't have the opportunity to get out, so I put myself into a position where I get in for a penny, in for a pound. If I'm into that type of situation, that's what causes me the biggest emotional damage, having to go and deal with that. That's just me. I mean, time and trade is a huge thing. Somebody else, it might be the fact that they took a trade and took a big loss on it. They took a 20 pip loss, which is the amount that they're willing to lose for the day. Or what about the guy who goes in and takes a trade and it goes against them and takes a loss and they lose today, and they shrug that off, and then they go in tomorrow and they lose again the amount they're willing to lose for the day, and they shrug that off. Then they go in for the third time on day 3, and they take the loss. And now they're starting to go and get some emotional damage. It's now they're starting to have some problems. So what are the repercussions for that? The reality is, there's some real live things that happen. There's some, you start to question what you're doing. You start questioning why you're doing it. You start, I remember one point in time, at one point in time, I was pretty successful and doing all right. And then all of a sudden went into a losing streak. And next thing you know, it's like loss, 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 day after day after day. And I hadn't done anything different. In all seriousness, I went back and looked. Did I go and, change the way I was trading? Did I change the way that I was going in and out of trades, my methodology, my risk level? I looked at every single thing, and the reality is, guess what? We're trading something, at least for me anyway, I'm trading something that's basically on probabilities, statistics. And, you can, just because your method shows that on the chart, if you run back tested or even forward test, it shows that you win 80% of the time. That doesn't mean that, you sit there and you take 4 wins and 1 loss, and then 4 wins and 1 loss. That doesn't mean, that's not what 80% means. What 80% means is that overall, when you look at the entire period, that's what you average out at. Okay, but but at the same time, you could take your 10 losses in a row. It's a possibility, highly unlikely, but it could happen. And then the emotional damage that comes from that, then you start saying, oh, this is nothing but a fraud. This is nothing but a scam, just a way for brokers to make money, and they're going to scam me out of my money, as opposed to the reality of saying, you know what, that's the market. That's what can happen. And you sit there and, until you get yourself out of that position, you do what you got to do, and you just keep on doing it. You got to think about a baseball player. Let's say he's a 300 hitter. That means he gets one hit out of every 3 times that he gets up there. That's pretty. Excuse me. That's pretty rough thing to go through anyway. But a 300 hitter, there's going to be a time during a Major League Baseball season, 160 plus games, where he's going to go maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 games in a row where he doesn't get a single hit. And average going to the plate 4 times a game. And the reality is that means that, let's say you go to the plate 4 times in a row, you don't get a single hit in, let's say, 5 games. That's 20 times in a row that you didn't get a hit. But that doesn't mean he's not a 300 hitter. It just means that that's just what happens sometimes. Guess what, friend? That's what happens in trading.
Yeah.
And so the most important question is, what do you do about it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Well,
I'll leave it off at that.
You started off, talking about how the emotional damage for you might, and somebody else might be different. But the thing is, what is the common factor? And the common factor is that, things aren't going the way you want them to go. It is the easiest way to say it. And so the thing is, in trading, once again, I probably have said this more, at least twice. It's not like baking a cake. You get a recipe to bake the cake. If you follow it, chances are it's going to work. In trading, it's not like that. I mean, think about if you were baking a cake and, um, you know, every now and then the cake it would just not bake, period. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, what's wrong with the oven? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? But it just doesn't bake, and you'd be frustrated. And so that's what happens. In baking, chances are you're not going to be frustrated. Unless you got either bad cake mix or bad flour or bad butter or something that just messed it up. But so long as all the ingredients are right and you put them in the right order and the right proportions, and you set the oven and it's working properly, and you're supposed to bake it at 325, and when you set the dial at 325 or you punch in 325 on your digital oven, um, it actually gives you 325 as opposed to 309 or 376 or something. But trading
Right.
is something that we're not really taught in the beginning, that hey, you know what, it's not always going to work. And we kind of know it, but that's not what we're expecting. That's not what we're wanting. And so that's what's really causing a lot of the emotional damage. And then, couple that with, little things like you click to exit your trade and it moves against you half a pip. And so instead of having 2 pips, you only get 1.5, and then you get mad at the broker. When or you get within point 0.2 or point 0.1 of your TP and the price reverses 5 pips. and and the reason I'm laughing is because between me and Walmal, that happens too dang often. Or like me, Mr. Inflection, as soon as I get in the trade, it runs against me 2 pips. And that's just part of the market. And as traders, what we have to do is do the best we can to detach the emotions, our reactions. In other words, we have to become stoic to an extent where the outside world that we can't control doesn't affect our inner peace. I know that might sound stoic, it might sound zen-like or something, but that's really what we have to work on. So sometimes, you'll hear me laughing, and it's just like, because I just learned to just laugh it off. It's like, there's no reason to get upset about it. Sometimes I still get upset. um, but for the most part, you just gotta just shrug it off, laugh it off, accept it, and then just take whatever corrective action you need to either turn that trade into a winner, in the sense that maybe you add in or average in versus or you just take the small loss rather than allowing it to continue to do more financial damage to your account, because usually those two go hand in hand, the emotional damage and the financial damage. Isn't that right, Walmal?
Oh yeah, there's no question about it. They, they go hand in hand because the thing is, it's sort of like we can sit here and have a batting average of 1,000%. In terms of going and taking our trades, and executing them properly, making sure that we don't violate any of our rules, whatever those rules may be, and we can still be taking on losses. And the problem with that is that the emotional damage that comes out of it is sort of like, what did I do wrong? Go and talk to somebody, talk to a buddy. What did I do wrong? And the buddy says, did nothing wrong. You did everything right. And don't be upset about it. Don't worry about it. It happens. Yeah, right. The money comes out of your pocket. Tell me that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like I'm just watching the pound here on the 1 minute chart. I mean, look, it tested that previous day's low a couple of times here, and now it finally broke through to the upside, and it's getting ready. So it's in the wick zone. It's getting ready to explode across the double low possibly. But I mean, there
Yeah.
was a couple
And
nice
that,
little 3-4 pip trades if you wanted to short that sucker there.
yeah, and that on the upside, that what it's running into the weekly open. So it's sort of like you know, talking about trading instead of emotional damage again. It's sort of like, how do you mitigate against emotional damage? And that's sort of like, be smart. Okay, that's a weekly open. If you're in a long trade, well, maybe you sit there and say, I don't want to go and have the emotional. If you're the type of guy that gets damaged from the fact that that you could have gotten out with 2 or 3 pips and made some money. Um, well, maybe what you do is you put your TP right below that area, and that way it doesn't happen to you. But if you're the type of guy that says, you know what, if it explodes through that level, okay, and let's say it goes and runs all the way up to the 10 or the 15, okay, and well, then the problem is you got to find a different way to mitigate against that, because you put your TP there, eventually it's going to break this line. I don't know when, but eventually it's going to break that line. It happens today, may happen a month from now, but it's going to break that line. And, the reality of that is that once it does, and you said, hey, I got out with 3 pips, and I could have had 15, 20, 25 pips, and then you start looking back, and then that causes the emotional damage. So you need to, I say it all the time. I'll say it again. We've got only less than a minute to go here, but the reality is, you need to know yourself. You need to know what goes and triggers you and causes emotional damage for you, so that you can go and create a rule set, a subset rule set around that, to go and protect yourself from that emotional damage. Because if you don't protect yourself against that emotional damage, what's going to happen is that you're going to go and have emotional damage.
Yeah, yeah, and you're right. And the fastest 15 minutes of trading is just about over. So, fellow traders, yeah, just to figure out what causes you the most emotional damage, and then mitigate that, and then whatever comes next on your list. Maybe there's two, three, four, 5 things. I don't know, but you just have to figure out what you have to do to prevent that, prevent emotional damage from occurring, because it's not what you trade. It's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.